Sorry it's so late. I just looked up and realized I hadn't done this yet. All right, so I'd ask the boys or girls or whole class, and then I'd ask them, okay, what are we supposed to be doing? Drawing. Drawing what? Angle. What about the angle? Measure 65 degrees. What else? Label it. Label it what? Angle ABC. And if your kids are really good at summarizing, they should be shooting out draw, angle, measures, label. So then at this point, I would ask the kids, okay, what type of angle is 65 degrees? Hopefully they can answer. If not, I would ask them what type. A straight angle, a right angle, acute, obtuse. Acute. What does acute mean? Acute means less than 90 degrees. And yes, we're going to write it one time. You don't have to keep writing it, but read it, write it, say it. The more we write it, the more we say it, the better we'll get. I want to write that neater. Acute. So when I draw this angle, it needs to be less than 90 degrees. All right, so these are called a protractor, by the way. I didn't even start with that. So I probably would start with the title. That these are protractors. They're not going to be tested on knowing that it's a protractor, but just so they're used to seeing the word if it's in a question. So it's a protractor. The protractors are tools used to measure angles. And this is angle ABC. And remember that middle angle, or the middle initial, that's where the angle is. So first, you need to find a 0. Because when we count from 0 to 1 to 2. On a protractor, there's 2 zeros. There's one on the left, and there's one on the right. It doesn't matter which one you start with. You just choose one. First, though, you have to start in the middle of your protractor. And I'm going to make a ray of sunlight. Night, baby, I love you. Going to make a ray of light. So now we're reinforcing our geometry. A ray, you've got the sun, light. This is our 0. Now, if you're at 0, it makes sense to go from 0 to 10, not 0 to 170. And this is why it can be confusing, is because you've got a track going one way and a track moving the other. But 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and you might even ask the kids, what are they jumping by? They're jumping by 10s, so half of a 10 is 5. So right here is our 65. Now, before you draw, think, lay your pencil down. Would this form an acute angle? How do you know? It's less than 90. Well, what does 90 degrees look like? A loser? 90-degree angles, right angles are losers. There's my capital L. Yes, this is less. Because this is reasonable, because it makes sense, I'm going to go ahead and connect it. So now I've got another ray of sunlight. Now, this is your angle, right? That's your angle right there. And I always had my kids label 65 degrees. And then we need to name it, angle ABC. The middle part is right here, which makes sense to me because the two are coming into the middle. The two outside meet in the middle. So it could be A, B, C, or you could put A, B, C. It doesn't really matter. So angle A, B, C. Acute. Acute little angle. All right, over here. Boys, read this one for us. All right, girls, what do we need to highlight? What are we looking for? We're drawing angle, measures, 120 degrees, label, angle K and P. Miss Pierce's initials. Catherine Nicole Pierce. All right, and again, don't tell them what to summarize. Build it, like if they're struggling, who or what? What about it? All right, first, you need to find your middle point. See, there's the geometry term. It's a point. This is the point. And you need to either go to this 0 or this one. Well, let's go to the other one this time. And again, it's a ray of your sunlight. Ray of light. Do. Now, what type of angle? I forgot that. What type of angle is 120 degrees? Obtuse. How do we know it's obtuse? Because obtuse is more than 90 degrees. And if y'all want, you could even play your angle song with the kids before you start this to bring them back to your types of angles. I know they like the songs. And then, of course, I always speak humpback well because acute angles are cute little angles. You're so cute when you squeeze someone. And obtuse is like Dory speaking humpback well. Obtuse. All right, so 0. If this is your 0, then you don't jump to 170. You jump from 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Before we draw and say this is it, lay your pencil right there. Would this be an obtuse angle? Yes, because this is 90 degrees. There's your capital L, your loser. Anything more is obtuse. So now that we know it's reasonable, what does that mean, reasonable? I'd ask the kids. I might even say it again. What is reasonable? Like, use my sentence again. We know that this is reasonable. It makes sense. All right? This big mouth is obtuse. Well, that's not what I meant to write. I am so tired, y'all. You can write obtuse. It doesn't hurt anything. I meant to write 120 degrees. Obtuse. Again, angle K in P. N is the middle. This is angle N. You can just say angle N. They've called it angle K in P. Or it could be K in P. Now, here's one thing I usually show the kids. I'll get Kevin to hold the video, maybe. A lot of times I'll show them, this is really what angles are, because it's hard, you know, you see it, but it's to understand it. Basically, these two rays, you imagine they're laying here on 0, and then one of them starts ticking open. Tick, 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 tick. And there it opens to 90. That's 120. So that's where you get this ray and this ray, because they were both parallel, and then it opens up. That's what angles are, is the opening of space. So I usually show them that on a protractor. All right, at this point, again, read. Maybe whole class reads. Draw, angle, measures, 108. Label it angle BAT, angle B-A-T. So I'd start asking the kids, what should I do first? Go to 0? No. Oh, yeah, if you say make a dot, I'd say make a point. All right? And this time, instead of rays, we're going to draw a segment. Which way should I go? What should I do next? Find a 0 is what hopefully they'll say. All right, which 0? Doesn't matter. So we're going to do a segment, a piece. A segment is a piece of a line. So it could be from this point to this point. That's when Miss Pierce always showed her, you know, muscles. Here's a person, long. Here's the arm up, hand, whoop. You like my scrawny arm person, whoop. This is an angry person, though. Ooh, we're mad. Don't mess with my piece, man. You want to mess with my piece? This is a piece of my line segment, man. You don't want to mess with this muscular area here. So this is a segment. It's a piece. If you rewind a segment, it's a piece. So segments, bring in geometry. All right, 108 degrees. What type of angle is that? It's obtuse. How do we know it's obtuse? More than 90 degrees, which we already have on our notes, so we don't need to write it again, hopefully. All right, so if that's my 0, I should jump where? Right, to 10, to 20, 30, 40, 50, to 90, to 100. What's right here in the middle? 105. All right, so these are itty-bitty marks. So we're at 105, 6, 7, 8. And I usually have to zoom in really into the little overhead. All right, before I draw, is this reasonable if I drew my segment right here? If my pencil would quit rolling. Is this obtuse? Yes, because here's 90. This is more than 90. So go ahead and make your other segment. So we didn't make these rays. All right. Which part of your angle name is the one that must remain in the middle? Right. We can just call this angle right here angle A. But they've called it angle B, A, T. Or it could be angle B, A, T. This is a 108-degree angle. All right, I want y'all to try this one without me. And you can ask a neighbor if you need to, but y'all try to draw a 76-degree angle. And what I should see, and this is when I would get up, first I should see you summarizing. I should see you label the type. And then I should see you trying to draw it. If you're not real sure, maybe just wait. Or again, you can conference with a neighbor. Do it in pencil just in case you make a boo-boo. And kind of get up, and while you're up, go see if they wrote their notes correctly and we're taking them with you. If you see someone struggling, maybe ask them, well, you know, what did we do on all the other ones? Where do they all start? And then, you know, come to the overhead and say, well, you should have, I mean, it should be easy to summarize. Same thing, draw an angle, measure 76 degrees, label it angle YES. Here, and I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to find my 0. I'm going to make a ray. And 76 degrees, so I should be thinking, okay, I need to build an acute angle. Here that I said an, because when words start with a vowel, A-E-I-O-U, it should be an, not a in front of it. An acute angle. Never hurts to throw in language. 76 degrees. All right, so we start with what? 0. 0 goes to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Right here is 75, which makes one more, 76. Make the connection. This opening is a cute little angle of 76 degrees. It is less than this 90 degrees. All right, and that's using our protractor to kind of just draw. Oh, label. Angle Y, E, S, or angle S, E, Y. All right, then I usually tell the students, all right, this is what you're going to see, though, on a STAR test. Because on a STAR test, you're not drawing the missing angle. You're choosing which segment or which ray completes it. All right, so boys, read the question. All right, girls, what are we looking for? The angle, which angle? That measures what? 52 degrees, all right? And then I'd call on someone. Kim, what type of angle is 52 degrees? Acute, good. John, how does she know it's 52, or it's acute? Oh, you're right, because it's less than 90 degrees. Good job. All right, how do we read A, y'all? No, not TV. Yeah, there you go. Angle, T-V-U. All right, so angle T. Y'all should be looking at mine. T-V-U. All right, now y'all kind of trace it with y'all's pencils. First of all, what type of angle is this? Acute. I agree. It is not a capital L. It is not a loser. It is less. All right, what should we find first? We've got the middle point. What should we find first? If they don't know, ask them this next. Okay, which point is 0? Point T, point V, or point U? Point U, it's right there. All right, well, you got to count from 0 first. Because otherwise you don't know, like right here, is it 150? I mean, what is it? Well, 0 to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50. Here's 50, 51, 52. 52 degrees. Bam, first one. Angle TVU. Now you can tell the kids, I mean, some kids will say, well, we need to check them all. See, and I'm the kind of person that if I know we did it right together, I'm going to move on. All right, girls, read the next one. All right, what are we looking for, boys? An angle, not larger, right angle. All right, anytime they say not, I always told the kids, your ears better be up like a puppy dog on high alert. Because not is hard. Not, we're trained to circle things that are right. They're wanting me to circle the one not correct. That's hard to do. All right, we want one not larger than a right angle. Well, what does a right angle measure? Right angles measure 90 degrees. We want one not larger. If you're not larger, you're smaller. What type of angles are smaller? Acute. All right, so whatever we choose needs to be an acute angle less than 90. So we just did angle TVU. It was 52 degrees. This one is definitely not larger. So I know these that say TVU are not larger. That one doesn't say TVU, and we know that TVU is acute, so that means this one's out. Angle RVS. All right, I'm going to find that. Angle R to angle V to angle S. Is this an acute angle? Yes, because here is 90 degrees, right? Here's that capital L. This is less than 90. All right, which point is 0? Is it point R, point V, or point S? All right, and when you find 0, where do we go? Up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. 48 degrees. Is this acute? Yes, it's acute. So angle RVS is acute. So this one's definitely right. This one might still be right. Let's see, angle SVT. Angle S to angle V to angle T. So this opening right here. Is it acute? And I like to trick the kids. Well, I mean, is it acute? I don't know. They don't know either. If we drew a capital L off of this, though, if that was the bottom and I went straight up, that would be a capital. Right here would be your loser. But not only that, I would tell kids, if you're not sure, because sometimes like these angles, they're hard for me to tell. Is it right? Is it acute? Don't guess. Count. So then I'd see if you can lead them astray. Tell the kids, I'm going to try and trick y'all. What is your 0 point? Is it point S, point V, or point T? They might say point V. No, point V is just the middle of the protractor. Is this on a 0? No. Is this? All right. Well, this is the one. These are the ones that they try to trick you. So you have to count the gap. You have to go from one side to the other. So you make one of these a 0. For example, I could say this is 0. And it's going to take me 2 degrees to get to the numbered line. So I'm going to put right here, this is a 2 degree gap. That way we can count by 10. So now we can say 10, 20, 30. Are y'all with me? All right, let's make sure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78. We have 78 degrees plus 2. 79, 80. This is an 80 degree angle. Is that acute? How do you know? It's less than 90 degrees. So what's the best answer? J. All of these are not larger than 90 degrees. See, a lot of y'all would just choose F, and then you'd circle it and move on. This is one of those you might have to check all. All right, on this one, everyone read this one for me. Okay, I want the correct list of angles, order greatest to least. All right, greatest means I want to go from great big to least, as in great big to small. Well, luckily, these are the same ones we've been seeing. So, which one of our angles was the greatest? The 80 degree angle, which was angle SVT. So, no. After SVT, yes, 52 is greater than 48. Which angle is this? Angle UVT or TVU? Right there, TVU. All right, so that one protractor answered our 3 questions. All right, read us this one, boys. Girls, what are we looking for? 2 angles same measure. All right? So I want them to be the same. I want them to be equivalent, equal. Angle FKG. All right? So angle F, or F to K to G. What type of angle are we looking at? Acute. What does that tell us? It tells us whatever we're going to draw, whatever angle number we're going to write should be less than 90 degrees. Let's write that one more time. Less, L-E-S-S, than 90 degrees. So I do this because this is being reasonable, making, using what I know. All right, which point is 0? Point F, point K, or point G? Point F, all right? From 0, where do we go? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, it looks like. So 57 degrees. Does that make sense? Is it reasonable? Yes, it's less than 90. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Everywhere there's an FKG. Oh, look, they did it backwards. FKG. Sneaky. Angle. Those are 57 degrees. All right, let's find angle GKH. Angle G to K to H. Where's your 0? Nowhere. These are the ones where they try to trick you. Well, it's because you have to, it's like a number line. You've got to start from a 0 and work over. So you can't use these numbers. So you make it your own. So what I would do first is we're going to get ourselves to a whole number here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, it looks like. Which would make sense because we said that was 2 degrees right there. So this right here is 3 degrees. And then we're going to start jumping. How much is in between each measure? 10. So let's count by 10s. And as we count by 10s, you should be jumping. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, plus 3. 3 plus 3 is a 6. So we've got a 66-degree angle. What type of angle is that? This is acute. How do we know? Less than 90 degrees. Are these the same? No. Bummer. Let's go ahead and label those. 66 degrees, 66 degrees, HKG. All right. What in the world? HKF. I'm just looking, sorry. All right. So I'm going to go here. Angle GKJ. G to K up to J. So from this ray to that ray. What type of angle is this? This is obtuse. Well, here's what I know. Obtuse. This green one is obtuse. What does that mean? More than 90 degrees. So obtuse. If I had a pen, I'd be using a pen for the kids to look. More than 90 degrees, right? Well, if this is more than 90 degrees, it sure is not going to be the same as a 66 degree. Same here. We're missing these angles. Well, again, obtuse cannot match the same amount as an acute. So I'm not even going to count this. I'm going to go look for HKF. HKF. I'm sorry, HKJ. Sorry, looked at the wrong one. HKJ. This one right there. What type of angle is HJK? This is acute. All right, where should we start? Point J. Why point J? Because it's 0. 0 goes to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56. So right here is 56 degrees. And none of them are the same, are they? Well, this might happen on a test. You know why? Which ones would you guess would be the same? I would guess the 56 and 57. So right here. if this is what we're saying is 56, why do you think that we don't have the same number? Look at this protractor and tell me why we might be one off. Like, how could we be one off? And if they don't know, I mean, give them a minute, but say, I want you to really look at the spaces. It's because look how tiny these things are. They're like little eyelash hairs. They're really like what we would call millimeters, which y'all are going to move into. They're like a millimeter. I mean, so if I'm right here and if you're on this little piece and I'm on this piece, we're still in the same spot. So 1 degree off is not a big deal. And that's something good for them to know. If this were a test, I would guess. All right, which two rays intersect to form an obtuse angle? So I want to form obtuse. And what does it mean if you intersect? If you intersect, or if cars make an intersection, they meet. So they say find KF and KG. Here's KF, and here's KG. Is that obtuse? Negative, Ghost Rider. KJ, KH. Here's KJ. Here's KH. Is that obtuse? Negative, Ghost Rider. KF, KH. KF, KH. So, is this obtuse? Yes. If we want to make sure, KG, KH, KG, KH right here. That little V section was 66 degrees acute. And last one, I want an angle that measures 66 degrees. Well, if you did your work earlier and didn't guess, you know angle GKH. GKH. They wrote it backwards, but as long as K is in the middle, it's the same one. And that would be reading a protractor.